Well, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Zac Pitts Show. It's been a minute since I've had a live stream here. Actually just moved back into this little space here, that being where I live. From the Dayton Arcade, great spot there, but at the end of the day, I felt like I could get a lot more done if I was just doing it right from home. Nevertheless, I'm really excited to talk about today's topic because, well, since I guess for the last several weeks here, health and wellness, fitness, it's always been something that's really been important to me. Going to the gym, trying to eat healthy. I've been really pursuing this vision again, rather regularly. I can't say that today. Really, I've been really dedicated to it. That's what's been happening here. And so, trying a bunch of different workouts at the gym, trying a bunch of different things with my diet, trying a few supplements here and there. And actually, somebody sent this to me not terribly long ago, which you're going to have the pleasure of meeting here in just a little bit. But this really cool nitric oxide booster. And I really am enjoying it a lot because I just feel like I have this sustained energy that just really lasts throughout the day. Obviously, it helps in the gym, but at the end of the day, I'm just feeling great. And I think that's what we all want at the end of the day, is just to feel the best we possibly can in any given area in our lives. For me personally, since I've been using this, like I said, I absolutely love it. So Nitric Oxide Plus is the name of it. And yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to love it as well. But the way that I heard about it was through a friend. And that's how I really have grown in many areas of my life. You get excited about a topic, you want to share it with somebody. And when you share some things that are working for you and you share them with your friends, I mean, there's nothing, sharing is caring. That's the golden rule, right? So I want to go ahead and introduce you to the guy who introduced me to this Nitric Oxide Plus. His name is Kyle. So I'm bringing him onto the stage right now. Kyle, how are you, dude?
I'm great, Zach. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I know that health and wellness, that's something that is really important for you. Since the time I've known you, I mean, I know you wake up at the crack of dawn. I know I used to do it professionally, like waking up at 2 a.m. to go to work and do the news. But, you wake up at like 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning because you're just somebody who likes to get the day up and going and you're most productive. And this has been a huge part of that. So obviously I could do my part in terms of just saying like, hey, what I like about it. But how'd you hear about this and why do you like it so much?
So it was a friend of mine, actually a customer of mine. I know many of my friends' family know I have a marketing company. And so one of my customers was telling me about, we were actually sharing health and wellness stuff. And I was explaining to him how I was working on getting off of Adderall. Like I was on a very high dose of Adderall for like 13 years, the highest that you could possibly be. And I knew it wasn't good to just be on it for that long. And so he started telling me about Nitric Oxide Plus. I've got mine right here as well. And so because I told him getting off, so I started taking it. Like I ordered it basically right away because he was telling about the benefits of the endurance, the workouts, other men's health benefits. I'm like, I'm in. I'll try it. And that helped me get off of Adderall. I've been off Adderall for 2.5 years. I've been taking this product that long. I take it in the morning when I get up and work out. And honestly, I wake up that early because that's the only me time I have with 2 young boys and a wife. And so I've got that time so I can do that. Then I have work. And then we always have, some sort of practice, 4 or 5 nights a week, then events on the weekends. So in order to keep going all day, like this is what I take. So it gives me that energy. And I found like my kids' school, they have a what's called a Pops tournament. So it's for the dads, right? They have, and moms. So there's some moms that play in there too, right? And I don't do cardio on a regular basis, but whenever I play in that, I've got more endurance than most people, right? There's very few that can just keep going the way that I go. And it's not because I do a lot of cardio, it's because of this. And so it's been amazing for me and how I feel and the energy that I have. And so I tell anybody about it, really, just like I told you.
Yeah. Not only that, you were so into it. Obviously somebody had told you about it. And so you went on this journey of like, okay, I want to find the guy who made this thing. I want to know as much as I possibly can, obviously for your own physical health. But, I know you as someone who just constantly is trying to find ways to, spread the word and try to, help as many people as possible. So you actually went to the source.
Yeah,
So we have the source with you today.
I do.
We have the man, the myth, the legend. We have Bob Weeks right here. What's going on, Bob? How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And thanks for inviting me. I'm happy to tell the story.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you made Kyle a believer, and, he shared this with me. I'm really loving the results of it. So, let me put it this way. I want to get a better idea from your perspective. Like, at the end of the day, for the person who's watching, whether they're watching live or the replay, what would you say the main benefits of this is? And what were you looking for when you came up with this particular product here?
Well, on Nitric Oxide Plus, we were trying to build a product that was made for people 30 years and older and not necessarily sick with disease or cardiovascular disease or heart disease. We built it to give energy and life extension. Our life is based on really nitric oxide, and if we get enough nitric oxide continuously, it changes our outlook on health and our life, how long we live. And so that's what we came up with Nitric Oxide Plus. It was the result of really about, maybe 13 years in the business and probably 20 years of research from a doctor in Germany who had studied nitric oxide, cardiovascular disease, and heart disease. And so we built this product, Nitric Oxide Plus, for the general public to really change their life as they progress through their age and keep them from really getting cardiovascular disease and heart disease, because that's what it'll do.
So tell me exactly, in the most simple terms as you can. Obviously, you've been in this for a long time. I mean, you're an expert in this field, so you understand all the science of it all the nitty gritty, maybe some of the technical terms that would go way over our heads. But just break it down for me. So is it helping to increase blood flow? Is it where's that energy coming from?
Well, basically nitric oxide does three things. Okay, excuse me. It does three things, and that is it cleans out the vessels, and the vessels are full of plaque, and vessels become hard over the years, and it reverses that and makes them supple. Okay, so those are two of the main things it really does.
You're just see, that's how popular you are. Everybody and their brother's calling you right now.
Well, I'm sorry about that. But here's the most important issue of what happens as we age, and that is nitric oxide changes really how we age. And it does that from different points of view. And the actual research that was done on it, after 10 years of understanding what nitric oxide was doing, they awarded a Nobel Prize to three guys in 1989 for the discovery of how nitric oxide is made in our body and what it actually does for our life. And so, it does so many various things. There's 89 different parts of our body that nitric oxide affects, and as we age, nitric oxide goes down like a 45-degree angle, to the point where when we get 50 years of age, we're only making 85% of the nitric oxide that we really need, and by the time we get to be 60, we're down to 10% of what we really need. So by raising that level back up to 100% of what the body needs, it changes our life completely. It's the most important nutraceutical you can take. You could gather all the nutraceuticals that exist out there, and it wouldn't even come up to the knees of what nitric oxide does.
And so, again, if you're just tuning in right now, we're talking about cardio and heart wellness. It's something that I've been trying out for the first time this past month. I really enjoyed it. But, I know that Bob could talk about it all day long. I know that Kyle could talk about it all day long. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at an interview that Kyle did with somebody else that's not here on this live stream, that's tried it out, lives a busy lifestyle professionally, personally, and get an idea of what they've experienced.
Hey, Greg, we appreciate you taking the time today to give us an update on how the cardio wellness product has been doing for you. If you just want to kind of tell people a little about yourself and the product and what it's done for you.
Sure. So I've been taking cardio wellness for 2, maybe 3 years. I'm 43 years old. I am an attorney, so I'm in my office a lot, or I'm at court. So, my day kind of starts pretty early. I also live on a little hobby farm, so I wake up at 4 in the morning, do all the farm chores and get my workout in. I always run every morning, stuff like that. I get to work, have a full day of work. When I get off work, I'm typically coaching baseball. So I have a boy that's in baseball. So, we have baseball almost every night. We have those practices. After that, I get off and then I do my second workout. And by the end of the day, I'm pretty tired. But throughout that day, I feel great. I don't know what else to attribute it to.
Yeah. So which product are you taking, Greg? Are you taking the cardio wellness, or are you taking the Nitric Oxide Plus? Which one are you taking? Oh, the Nitric Oxide Plus. Perfect. That's what I take.
Okay. So
what was it before you start taking it? How was your energy, and how do you see your energy since you started taking that product?
So I was just exhausted, always. I just constantly felt like I was dragging. And on top of that, I'm not a real fan of caffeine. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink coffee. I don't eat whatever caffeine is in. So when I do, like, sometimes I'll have I do Spartan races a lot, so every so often when I do those races, like this last week, and I had one, and I might take a little bit of caffeine, and it just makes me feel jittery and stuff. Now when I'm running and I have a race, then that's fine, I don't really care. But just for every day, like in the office or coaching baseball, I don't like that feeling, so I don't ever take it. So I know a lot of people, that's how they get going in the morning. Most of my colleagues, most of my partners, it's just, coffee or whatever, and that keeps them going. But for me, I don't like the feeling. So before I was taking this Nitric Oxide, I was just dragging constantly. And then I would just get to the end of the week and I would just crash. And I would just be, every week, and I was just super tired. Kind of felt like I was recharging. And then on Monday morning, wake up at 4 and just go again, go really hard. But I don't know. I don't know what else to attribute it to, other than I just feel great all day, every day. I'm never tired anymore. Let's see, a couple months ago, I had this trial out of town. So I was, staying in a hotel for a couple weeks, and I didn't bring this with me. And I noticed it, a couple weeks of not taking it, and you really do notice it. And then, right. As soon as I got back again, I just do it as part of my daily routine, my daily supplement routine. And it was just immediately right back to feeling just really good every day, all day. I don't know.
Awesome.
If it's a placebo effect, then I'll take it, but I don't
it doesn't sound like it though. Right. Yeah.
Well, obviously it sounds like he's a fan, and Kyle, I'm sure that obviously you've had many conversations with some people. I know you've been helping Bob out in terms of helping him get the word out about this, because it's something that has played a significant positive impact in your life. And so that was just one example of the gentleman of some of the people that you've talked to who started using this. And I can only imagine a lot of the feedback has been similar.
Yeah, and here's the thing: like, I know Greg's 43 and I'm 40, but the difference in people that are a little older than us is even more tremendous. Like, I've talked to many of the people that have taken this product. Dwayne, he's actually out in Utah with Bob, and he's 80, I think 81 or 82, Bob.
Yes, yeah, almost 83, by the way.
Right, and Dwayne, he was a ski instructor for the longest time, but he could only really go out on the slopes for an hour and a half or 2 hours because of circulation in his feet. And he's been able to double that since taking this product. And so, like, just what it does in the circulation, being able to be more active and energetic is just tremendous. I talked to another lady up in, was she in North Dakota, Bob? She owns a clinic, but she was taking this other nitric oxide supplement, and I guess they were not putting all the right products in there. And so her medical work that came back looked like her heart was getting worse. She started taking this, redid her blood work like 6 months later, and completely cleared the plaque in her veins from where it was the previous year. And so,
oh, wow.
I've been able to talk to lots of people, and Bob has hundreds and hundreds of stories and helped thousands of customers with taking these products. So, like, not only have I heard it from customers that, like, right from their mouths, right, but I've seen the written testimonials. I've seen all of that. But more importantly for me, it's how I feel, right? And I know it's going to help other people feel better as well. And, you know, I've got my dad on it, my father-in-law on it, my mom. I've had them all take it, and I know my dad's seen tremendous results and some other benefits that he's got from it. So it's one of those things that I try to tell everybody that's interested and open to taking something to improve their lives.
Yeah. Well, let's go and talk a little bit about some of those benefits that you just mentioned a little bit ago, but get them right in front of us here on the screen. So let's go and start with the Nitric Oxide Plus. This is, again, the one that, you know, you sent me. I've been enjoying it. But give us a little lay of the land here, Bob, some of the main benefits of this particular product on the line.
Well, there is two subjects that are really important about what nitric oxide does. Aside from cleaning the vessels out and making them supple again and giving you energy, it also cleans the residue from our motors that are in the mitochondria. And it's kind of like maybe a coal-fired furnace that has a residue that has to be cleaned out. And the same thing has to happen with the residue of our little motors that are in the cells of our body, called the mitochondria. And if that's not cleaned out, we end up getting sicker sooner and dying sooner than we have to, because it's so important for those that residue to be cleaned out, and that's what nitric oxide does. And so that's a very important aspect of nitric oxide, is cleaning the residue out from the cells of our body.
There we go. And as I said earlier, I know Bob could talk about this all day long, obviously very passionate about what you do. But if you just want the high level highlights right here, I mean, you can see it right there: supports healthy blood flow, promotes cardiovascular health, enhances exercise performance and endurance. And that's been the main benefit that I've seen so far, is just the amount of energy that I have, not only during workouts, but throughout the rest of the day. But it's important to mention here as well that this is just one of 3 different products here on this line. The next one that you have here is Cardio Wellness. Kyle, what can you say about this one, that anybody who might lean more towards this particular product over, say, some of the other ones, why would they may want to check this one out?
Well, this one, and I'll let Bob get into it a little more, really helps clean out the vessels and reverse some of the cardiovascular damage. Correct, Bob?
Absolutely. This was the first really concept of getting after what what nitric oxide can really do for the cardiovascular system. And I got into this because when I was 50 years of age, and I'm now 82, I discovered I had the cardiovascular age of a 120-year-old. And I tried for 10 years to find something other than medication, and it wasn't available. And then I was introduced to arginine through a friend that I had. And from there, I got involved with a company that had a very ineffective product. And I met Dr. Boger through a conference and became his friend over the next 2 years, and it was from that we designed to bring forward a product that was based on all the research that he had done over 15 years at the time. And cardio wellness really gets after the cardiovascular disease that we all get, no matter how old we are or how young we are or how healthy we think we are or how much exercise we have. Cardiovascular disease happens naturally. And so if you're not cleaning that out and taking care of it, you end up dying early, and you're dying of a serious a stroke or a heart attack. And after taking huge amounts of arginine over a period of time, I reduced my cardiovascular age from a 120-year-old to a 20-year-old. So I've reduced it 100 years over the next year. But it cost me $400 a month to do that. And now we can do that far more effectively with $70 a month.
There you go. When you describe it, it almost sounds like it's like the human safe version of Drano for your body. That's kind of what it sounds like.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and so that makes total sense to me. And then you have one more that really kind of rounds everything out. And I think it's important to mention here that the nitric oxide has all the ingredients that these other ones have, the same benefits, but maybe these ones offer a slightly different variation. Is that safe to say there, Kyle?
And yeah, and it's also important to say, like, it's the combination of the L-arginine, L-citrulline that create the nitric oxide in your blood, right? So that's those products, along with the other ingredients, is what helps create that to give these benefits. And Bob's formula is, it's scientifically proven. So everything that he's at, all the ingredients in there have been scientifically proven to give these effects and these benefits. And, and he's continued to improve it, and like adding the vitamin C in it this last year because of some of the benefits it gave him in his research. And then obviously he's his own guinea pig. So he had his blood work done, and he saw, was it a 30% delta change in his blood work from the previous year to the next by adding the vitamin C in there. And so
the vitamin C actually, if you take enough of it, can take out calcified plaque in your veins in your heart. And I had that issue, and my brother died from it. And I discovered that we weren't affecting that. And then through a lot of research and study, we concluded that a high dose of vitamin C would actually wash out all that calcified plaque of our body and put it into our bones rather than in our veins. And that's how this came about. But more importantly, heart wellness also rebuilds the heart muscle. So people that have had a heart attack, have congestive heart failure, they love this because they can go from playing pickleball for 15 minutes to like playing for 4 hours. I'm 80 years of age, and I've had guys tell me that they were able to do that through taking heart wellness.
There you go. Well, I can definitely tell, Bob, that your heart is the right place of, excuse the pun there, but it really is making sure that people have an option if they're looking for a way to increase their health in a tremendous way. Obviously, you had your own personal experiences with it. You were on this journey to figure out how you could perfect this formula to reach optimal health for yourself, and now sharing this with so many different people. And you can see all three of the products right there. And just in addition, there's two ways that you, of course, Kyle, as you've mentioned, you guys want to be able to help people out. The first of which is if you have any questions, right? You have any questions of what this stuff is all about. Maybe you want to have a little deeper of a conversation. You were kind enough to share a number here where people can call with any type of questions they have, or, what type of things should people, I guess, reach out to you for if they have any questions on anything.
Well, if they're interested in wanting to go deeper into the scientific background of it, like, they can call me. That's my cell phone. It goes direct to me. I've got Bob's calendar. We can work on setting up a call with Bob or see if he's available then, just to go over and answer any of the questions that people may have. And so
I have one last comment I'd like to make, and that is this past year we published 2 books, one on nitric oxide and one on cardiovascular disease. And both of those books are all based upon 30 years of science and 60,000 researchers, plus 30 years of research of Dr. Rainer Boger. So we'll give that free to anybody that wants to have a copy of each one of those ebooks.
And the easiest way for you to get that ebook is just go to cardioandheartwellness.com. But as you can see there in the comment section right now, there's a different link, a little slightly variation. It'll just say nitricoxidewellness.com, and it'll have a bunch of link material in the back end. Obviously, that's too much to throw on the screen, but made it really easy for you. That's the easiest place for you to go if you want to go ahead and try it out for yourself. You're saying, okay, all this stuff that Bob and Kyle talked about today, it made sense. Like, I'm interested. I want to check it out for myself. Well, that's going to be the easiest way for you to just check it out and see if it's a good solution for you. But if you want to take that extra step, of course, you can always go to the website, cardioandheartwellness.com, and you can get those ebooks that Bob mentioned. That's going to give you a lot more information. But hey, if you want to go straight to the source, you want to have more of a one-on-one kind of conversation, a personal touch, if you will, Kyle, nice enough to share his personal cell right there. So you can see it right here at the bottom of your screen, 816-605-3750. So I appreciate both of you guys taking the time to talk today. I've certainly enjoyed it. Bob, I appreciate you sharing this with me. Any parting words before we wrap things up for the day, and of course give people the opportunity to go ahead and check it out for themselves?
I would just say if you're lacking some energy, give it a try. Right? If you're wanting to get just a little more energy, try it out. The key to it though is also taking a scoop in the morning when you wake up and another scoop 12 hours later, because of the half-life of it. And so if you have the nitric oxide going into your system 24/7, you're going to feel much better. And that's how I take it. I take it when I wake up. You're right at 4:30. Then I take it in the afternoon, right around 4:30, between 3:30 and 5, depending on what I got going on in the afternoon. So, but that's the best way to take it so that you can get the full benefits of it.
And I'd like to make a final comment here, and that is there's a lot of advertising and a lot of people are taking beetroot extract and beetroot powder and nitric oxide pills. And I'd like to tell you that is a completely waste of your money and a complete waste of getting nitric oxide in the amount that you need. You're only getting 1 or 2% of what you're going to get from our products, which is needed for the accomplishment of cardiovascular health and nitric oxide. So don't be fooled by beetroot powder and extract and nitric oxide pills. They're totally worthless and science-based, and nitric, and also National Institute of Health has a whole full discussion on how bad it is for you and how big of a fraud it is.
There you go. Final parting words right there from Bob Weeks. I do appreciate you sharing all your insight, your knowledge, your expertise. Again, you found a problem that you were personally dealing with, and you set on this journey to find a solution for yourself. And you're now sharing this with so many different people here across the country, across the world. And again, if you are interested, if this is something that spoke to you today, again, the easiest thing for you to do is to go to the website, cardioandheartwellness.com. You can learn more. There's 2 ebooks that have a lot more information. Once again, you can always call Kyle directly at 816-605-3750. Or if you're saying, hey, I'm all in, this makes sense to me, I want to try this out, then go ahead and click that link down in the comments, and you can go ahead and get one of these supplements. We talked about 3 of them today. And if you want to revisit any of this, go ahead and rewatch this episode again. You can watch the replay, or if there's something that resonated with you that you know that someone you may know may benefit from, and maybe this is their sort of passion as well as their health and fitness, go ahead and share this interview with them as well. Bob, Kyle, thank you so much for your time today, and I truly appreciate your time.
All right. Hey, thanks, Zach. Thanks, Bob.
All
Take
right.
it easy.
Guys, bye.